Hey everybody! Really like all the cooking shows on PBS and the Food Network and on the internet, but it's not the way I cook. I get lots of ideas and inspiration, but everything's always perfect. Everything's measured out, everything's the right size, and that's just not the way real life is, at least not real life here. So I've decided to do some recordings. This will be the first one. Hopefully people will like them and we'll do more. Even if people don't like them, I'll probably do more on how I cook. So tonight, we're going to be doing cod. If you were watching a regular cooking segment, they would have uniform pieces of cod. So when they're cooked, everything's done exactly the same. That's not the way it is done here. Yes, I sometimes buy fresh cod, but generally I buy it in the supermarket in a frozen package. Frozen pieces of cod, none of them look alike. And that's what we're going to be using today. So, a little planning ahead. I got these out of the freezer this morning. Had them on the counter, defrosting. When they were almost defrosted, put them in the fridge. Took them out again prior to this, about an hour ago, so they're not perfectly cold. As you can see, even these two are not really the same size. But it's what we're going to do. So, what I first do is you open the cryovac. And I put it on paper towels. There's some liquid that comes out with it that we really don't want. And they're both on the paper towels. I then pat down the paper towel. And there, we're pretty much ready to go. Okay, these are not going to be breaded, but we're going to put a little flour in a bowl. This is Wondra. It's really fine flour. You don't need a lot of it. You can't really see in a white bowl how little I use, but it is very little. I also am using Maui Wowie. It's a salt that we got as a gift from my mother. This time of year, I'm sure people have been given baskets and boxes and all with gifts such as salts. Don't throw them away, and don't put them in the cabinet and don't use them. This one is salt, onion, coconut, garlic, lemon, basil, and peppercorns. I've used it before. This isn't the first time. And I like it. I just swirl the salt and the Wondra together. Oh, something I forgot to do. Typically, when I start to cook, I turn my frying pan on low to get it heated up. So, I'm just going to slow down a little. We then take the cod and we press it down in the mixture of Wondra and Maui Wowie salt. Use whatever you have in the house. Try it. You're not going to screw things up. So, just doing this, pressing it in. And there we have it. They're not really breaded. Most of the Wondra and the salt are still in the bowl. So, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. How much? A little. Like I said, with the cooking shows and the tutorials on the internet, they tell you exactly how much. Yeah, I just use a little. I'm going to let the olive oil heat up a little, and then we're going to add some butter. How much? I'm going to cut off a little piece of butter and put it in. I keep our butter not in the refrigerator. It'll melt more quickly. Don't worry about it going bad. We use quite a bit of butter in this house, so also it doesn't sit out that long or that often. I mean that long. So, how much butter? That much butter. Am I telling you this is the right way to cook? No. Am I telling you this is the way you need to cook? No. Am I telling you this is the way I cook? Yeah. And if you get some entertainment or inspiration out of it, great. I just think it's more of a realistic cooking than what's out there already. So I'm letting it heat up more. You can see the bubbles on there. That's the milk fat from the butter. Letting it heat up a little. Now I'm going to take it up to medium. And just let it heat up a little more. We're almost done. So, drop a little flour in. Yeah, the flour's bubbling. I think this is okay. All right, another way that I cook. Our oven is over here, and there's a clock on the oven. I just use the clock on that oven. So I'm going to vamp here a little until it changes the minute, because I want to put it in the frying pan for 2 minutes. Jim's over here dancing, vamping, I guess. But since I didn't know how close to the minute it was... Oh, there's the minute. Put one piece in, put the next piece in, and just leave them. Turn it up to a little higher than medium. And I'm going to wash my hands. So this is I'm gonna leave it in for like 2 minutes. What am I gonna serve it with? Well, tonight I'm serving it with chopped salad in a bag from Wegmans. Is it home cooking? I'm in my home. I put it together. I think it's home cooking. I really do like to cook, but it doesn't mean that on a weeknight that cooking needs to be that laborious. But it is a nice change after working all day, office work, to now cook and be able to taste what you made. So we're 1 minute in. I have my spatula ready to turn it. Maybe just shuffle it a little, but don't pick it up, don't touch it. This is very easy. The olive oil I used was extra virgin olive oil. It's the darker green. For cooking, I use this. For salads, dips, sandwiches, I use the lighter olive oil. Lemon. We used lemon this weekend, I think, for cocktails. You always have a little bit of leftover lemon. Just put it in a wrapper. You'll need it. You can use it for something like this. There, 2 minutes. This looks pretty good. Now, the one piece is a little thicker than the other. I'm trying to gauge whether 2 minutes on this side will be enough, or if it maybe needs a little bit more. We'll see. So back to the lemon. Leftover lemon from this weekend. No need to throw it away. If we didn't use it for cooking, we could always make more cocktails and use it with that. Could you make a tartar sauce with this? Sure. Some sort of sauce. If I was doing more of a beer battered fish and chips without the chip, maybe I would. This I don't need it. We're just going to have the salt and the lemon. Keeping it simple. It's almost time. It has a nice crust in there. Like I said, it's not really breaded. If you are doing keto or if you're doing no carbs, of course, you wouldn't want to use the 1 gram. There, 2 more minutes. I'm just going to turn them over one more time. Whoop, the bigger one split into 2, which is actually not a bad thing, because I get to see inside, and yeah, they need a little bit more time. So let's give it 1 more minute. They will cook outside of the frying pan. What's it called? Radiant heat? Residual heat? Residual heat. So continue to cook. So, it's a little bit longer. Salad looks really good. Wegmans does a nice job on their bag salad. There. So this one, we'll take out the smaller one first, and I'm just putting it on the cutting board and letting it sit. The bigger one, the little piece that fell off, I'll take that out next. And then the bigger one, I'll take that one out as well. So, we're just going to let this sit for a minute. And how am I going to serve this? Because, again, they're not even sizes. I'm sure I'm not supposed to be putting hot pans in water, but this is the way I cook. I'm going to divide these up so they're somewhat even. If somebody in your family has a bigger appetite than one person, you give that person more. And give somebody else less. But here, we pretty much equally. And like I said, this is everyday cooking. We don't have uniform, nice pieces of cod. So, first we'll take this little nubbin. Then the smaller piece we'll cut in half. That's beautiful. And then we'll take this bigger piece and do that. Now, can you do this with salmon? Yeah. I don't cook a lot of fish. I do cod, I do salmon, shellfish, little lemon. So I would probably do the salmon very similarly, except with the salmon, not the flour. So, here we have it. I guess it was less than 10 minutes. Took a little prep during the day, thawing things out. But we have cod dinner with chopped salad from Wegmans. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next recording. Don't know when, but there will be another one. Thank you.